Alright, so let's go over these struts here. Right away you can see a disparity here in the length. This is just the E70 with the air ride. It doesn't have, or the self-leveling, it doesn't have the adaptive suspension on there. If it did, the shock would have, the big gizmo off here that electronically changes the position of the strut and all that stuff like that to level the car out when you're going around curves. According to FCP Euro, this Bilstein, this is the correct replacement for the non-adaptive drive cars. Okay, so what I'm seeing here is that if we line these both up by the bottom of the spring perch there, you can see that the Bilstein is much longer. But down here, the overall length is gonna be about, I don't know. The OEM stuff actually sits down a little further than the Bilstein. So I don't know how this is gonna work here. I've got to transfer this rubber spring mount over to that. So I think I'm beginning to see why on some reviews, some how-tos or whatever, they say that when you're taking this out of the car, you can just go ahead and loosen this top nut without compressing the spring, and then the strut will just fall out. It makes me wonder if the struts that those folks are replacing are this longer version, because if so, this is going to allow this this strut rod to come up, much further up through the strut mount right here to allow you to loosen it off, basically take all the spring tension off that way. If I was to do that on here without compressing the spring is very compressed right now, and if I had just undone that top mount, that strut would have gone shooting down into the floor. Now, I've already checked this new strut too. It will compress the rod completely all the way down, so right there at the top of that machine part, it will go all the way down into the strut body. So I don't think we're going to have a problem with this bottoming out for any reason. It's just that it has more travel, which admittedly might be a good thing. So I think I'm just going to go for it. Here, let me take this off, that way you can get a better look here. There you can clearly see how much longer the machined travel surface is on the new strut versus the old, which I'm holding here. This will go all the way down to there, but so will this on the new one. So just because it's longer, I don't think it's going to have any adverse effect on anything. And it will make assembly much easier. So FCP Euro sells the bump stops here, but this is in really good condition. What I didn't know they had too was you have one of these on the inside and the outside of the strut mount. And while these have some wear on them, they're not terrible. I'm just going to go ahead and reuse these. If I had known, I would have just bought new ones. But again, they've got quite a bit of spring in them. They're just a little bit worn on the outside. They'll be good until I'm done with this car anyway. And then you've got the dust cover here, which I just left in place because we're going to reuse that anyway. So I'm going to transfer this rubber spring isolator over to here, reassemble it, and just see what happens. Stay tuned. So the order of assembly here was bottom spring perch, then the bump stop that's inside this sleeve, then that little squishy thing up there that I showed you at the top, another squishy thing right down here, which is that part right there is the squishy thing, then the washer, then the new nut. And now you can see I'm already sticking, the threads are sticking up through the strut mount, and when I took that one off, they were definitely not. And the strut is, quite loose here inside the assembly. So I'll go ahead and put a few turns there on the nut, and then I'll release the spring tension on there, and as long as this is tight down onto the top of the strut, holding everything to the strut mount, the spring should hold tension on everything else. We get it in the car, then the weight of the car will push the strut up where it needs to be, and I think it'll be okay. We'll find out. As far as going back together, here's where I'm at so far. I took the strut assembly, I placed it up in here, and it's home up there, and then there's 3 mount bolts on the top of the strut mount right there. 1, 2, not the big one in the middle, but 3 right there. And I snugged them, but I left them loose to where this was still like, you could still maneuver it around. And then I took the strut fork, put it up on the bottom here, and I took a rubber mallet and banged on the bottom of it here until the strut was seated. There, you can see the strut goes all the way down to the bottom of that cup. And then I took this bolt and just kind of, maneuvered everything. Had a floor jack here under the bottom ball joint to kind of jack up this lower piece of the suspension, the wishbones and all that stuff, and then got this bolt in here. All this is made way easier if you go ahead and undo your upper control arm. I just decided to go ahead and do it, and that gives you so much more freedom to do this. If you don't take this out of here, you're really fighting a battle, because this, of course the bushings have a lot of spring tension on them, and they only allow that to go down so far, and if you start forcing things, you could tear the bushings in there. You don't want that.